Guys, here is your next set of notes for Unit 8. Today we're talking about percent yield. So to calculate percent yield, it is the actual yield, so something you can actually measure in the lab, divided by the theoretical yield, which is basically like when you're doing math or stoichiometry and you're solving for x, that's your theoretical yield. And then you're going to multiply that by 100 to get a percent. The actual yield tells you how much you actually have after the chemical reaction. This is something you can see or something you can touch. And then we have theoretical yield. Again, this is like X, what you're solving for. It's calculated on paper. This is the amount you're supposed to have in a chemical reaction based on the math or the stoichiometry that you do. So here's an example. Betty Crocker says I should end up with 36 cookies if I use her recipe. I'd use her recipe but only produce 28 cookies. What is my percent yield? So I'm going to do actual over theoretical and then multiply by 100. Actual was 28. Theoretical is 36. Whenever I do the math, here, let me go back real fast. Can't write on my slide, so I'm gonna write over here off to the side. But I have actual, which is 28, over my theoretical, which is 36, and then I would multiply that by 100. So go ahead and plug that into your calculator. And I got 77.8%. Okay. Let's do another example. So I have this equation. It says if I began the reaction with 20 grams of lithium hydroxide, what would my theoretical yield be for lithium chloride? So I also performed this experiment in the lab and I actually got 37.8 grams. So I want to find my percent yield. I need to work out this example. I am first gonna I need to solve for theoretical, so I have to do some stoichiometry. So I'm just gonna write down the things that I need in this equation. All right, so it says I have 20 grams of lithium hydroxide. It says what's the theoretical yield for LiCl, so I can put that there. So you need to grab your periodic table and go ahead and find the molar mass for each one. Okay, so lithium is a mass of 6.94. Add that to oxygen. Add that to hydrogen. So when I get that, I have 23.947. I'm going to do the same thing with lithium chloride. And you get something close to this. Go ahead and cross multiply and divide. And so I got X equals 35.4. So that's my theoretical. If I'm trying to find percent, I'm doing actual over theoretical times 100. Actual was 37.8. Okay, so there's my equation that I need to solve for percent yield. I got 106.8%, which means I made more in the lab than I should have. Maybe there was a contaminant. That's probably why my weight is higher. Next, my theoretical yield of beryllium chloride was 35.2 grams. Actual yield is 22. What's my percent yield? So actual over theoretical times 100. Go ahead and plug that into your calculator. And I got 62.5%. Okay, this says my theoretical yield of beryllium chloride was 32.5 grams. My percent yield is 96. I need to solve for my actual yield. So I'm going to plug it into this equation, and I need to solve for x. The first thing I would do is divide by 100. So I have 0.96 equals x over 32.5. Now to get x by itself, I just need to multiply 0.6 times 32.5. And I got 31.2. So that's my actual yield. Okay guys, that's it for today. Make sure these notes get put back into your slides and then open up your worksheet and work on that.